Easy, guys. I am giving you this live because tomorrow I'm going back to Mexico. This will be my last live in England of the year, or maybe forever. Who knows? I can go for about an hour because my brother wants to play pool, and I'm going to treat him to some Chinese chips and curry sauce. The last meal. Actually, no. With Flinny tomorrow, I'm going to have an all English. Much love to you, Flinny, for picking me up. Very grateful. Just polished off a vanilla slice. And a cheese and onion pasty from Greg's. Feel like I've done everything now in England. Well, 7 in the live, 1 like, that's 71. I was just looking into when Germany beat Brazil 7-1 and how big that number 71 is. I just did that video about the iBox disaster. That was in 71, didn't I? Right after Liverpool beat Rangers 7-1. So this morning I played football with my dad and uncle, which was incredible. I'm so happy I got to do that. Right outside Bradford City Stadium, literally 30 seconds away. That was fantastic. So, hey, Sebastian, happy face, man. How we doing? Hope you're well. I'm going to break down why Benzema won the Ballon d'Or. I'm going to tell you why the NBA season begins today and how satanic that really is. And then I'll just go over a few other things. Like I kind of do. Kind of freestyle, don't I? So, I'm going to start with Benzema. And why he won it. So I said ages ago Benzema was getting it, the Ballon d'Or. It wasn't that long ago that a lot of people around the world like ridiculed Benzema. He's so overrated. What's he doing at Real Madrid? Well, now he's the greatest player in the world. It's just a joke. It's a joke. The whole Ballon d'Or ceremony was a joke. I watched the highlights just to see the reaction to the awards. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like these players are almost becoming embarrassed now. Like they're almost embarrassed to win these awards, to be honest with you. Just a huge satanic ritual, the Ballon d'Or. So, are you going to upload the video of the bondage you had with the 4 sheep? The bondage or the bond? There was no bondage going on. Nobody was getting whipped. When I went for a walk, 42-kilometer walk, organically, there's that 18.6 I was getting my live there. 18 in the live, 6 likes. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic exactly 18 years and 6 months after 9/11. Came across these 4 sheep and they came charging towards me and I stopped. My mates ran over the fence and I stopped. I did put my arms out and I can't remember exactly what I said. I was like, "It's the end times, isn't it?" And they were like, "Meh." And I went, "Woo woo," and they went, "Meh." So, because I stood up to these sheep, they were coming after us. I stood there and they stopped. I almost put them under a trance. If you're not on my Twitter, watch it. It's wild. I just didn't care. And these sheep were huge, and there was 4 of them, like the 4 horsemen, and there was me and my 3 mates on that walk, 4 of us. 22 in the live, 7 likes. 22 divided by 7 is 3.14, which is pi, Steph Curry's birthday. Who's playing tonight against the Lakers? The Celtics are playing Philly. Obviously, Boston played the Warriors in the NBA Finals. I told you the Warriors were winning that about 6 months before they did. And then Philly, the reason why Philadelphia are doing so well is because Philadelphia is hugely connected to Revelation. It's why the Eagles are 6-0. Why Philadelphia are doing so well in the baseball. It's why the 76ers are going to have a great season. It's Revelation, guys. It really is. So I'll break down. What's this? Yesterday you was extremely spot on once again. Chargers won and Denver covered. Unreal. Thank you very much for that. I prefer it when people bring it up in the chat rather than me bringing it up. 19 in the live, 9 likes. Remember, I told you Chelsea would go to 19 points and keep Villa on 9. I told you Gerrard would be getting sacked, and he did. 42 years old, by the way, Gerrard, for another 42. He got sacked. Chelsea got to 19 points after number 19, Mason Mount, scored a brace. He opened the scoring after 6 minutes. Chelsea got their 6th win of the season. The list goes on and on and on, to be honest with you. But let me focus. Oh, by the way, I haven't looked into the Palace game, but it's 12th against 17th. And that's Pope Francis's birthday, 12/17. So I'm pretty certain that whole game's connected to him. And more often than not, when football games are connected to the Pope, they end in like 1-1 draws. I think 11's a huge number with the Pope. But I haven't done anything deep. I just know that game will be about him. So here's what I have for Benzema, who I said would win it back in, was it April? It says here, Zidane, who's French, but he's actually not French, he's Algerian, just like Benzema's Algerian. Zidane and Benzema are Africans, guys. They're not Europeans. You got to remember that. Zidane opens the envelope and declares the winner of the Ballon d'Or to be Karim Benzema. So again, how perfect that Zidane, arguably France's greatest ever player, awards Frenchman Benzema the Ballon d'Or. Like it's not completely rigged. These players know at the beginning of the season, in my opinion. At this level, I think Benzema knew at the beginning of the season he was winning the Ballon d'Or. These players who are attending these rituals. It says here, a special moment for Benzema, who completes a stunning year by becoming the first French winner of the Ballon d'Or since Zidane, who won it in 1998. Remember where he got a brace in the final against Brazil and Ronaldo choked on his tongue, couldn't play? And Zidane coached Benzema at Real Madrid. Zidane, who had no experience but won 3 Champions Leagues in a row as a coach. This is a joke. Real Madrid, the kings of Europe, owned by royalty. They win the Champions League the year Queen Elizabeth dies and gets replaced by King Charles. Come on. And this is what Benzema said. They all have these emotional stories, don't they? You'll learn that whether it's rappers, footballers, actors, they have these emotional stories, all repeat the same speeches. This prize in front of me makes me proud of the work I did from a young age. I had the motivation. I had 2 role models in my life, Zidane and Ronaldo. I always had this dream in my mind that anything was possible. Isn't that like Adidas's motto, anything is possible, who is sponsored by? Do you think Benzema just came out with that? Or do you think he's been given a script to read? They're complete slaves, guys, to Satan. All right? You might think that they've got this amazing life, these big houses, and they're playing in big stadiums. After a while, that wears off. They don't even own those houses. And they're just taking part in rituals, guys. I'm pretty sure Benzema's aware that he's not the best footballer in the world. And he had 2 role models in his life, not his mum and dad or whatever it was. It was Zidane and Ronaldo. There were difficult periods where I wasn't in the French team. I could do a whole video why he wasn't selected by France. I can do a whole video about that. But I kept working hard. I'm really proud of my journey here. It's just a joke. It wasn't easy. It was difficult. It was hard for my family as well. To be here today, I'm just really happy. I would like to thank my teammates. And then it says, incredibly at 34, Steph Curry won the NBA Finals at 34. Matt Stafford won the Super Bowl at 34. Messi won his first trophy for Argentina, the Copa America, aged 34. The final was his 34th appearance in the competition. 34 is a number connected to murder. You could say it's when Jesus died, the 3rd of April. All these 34-year-olds just flying, aren't they? They're flying. Nobody's going to question it. So Benzema's the oldest Ballon d'Or winner since Stanley Matthews. Okay, Stanley Matthews, if you play around with the letters, you can actually make the word Satan. Stanley's got Stan in it. Matthews has a cheeky A in it. And he won the first Ballon d'Or in 1956. 1956, guys. 1956, that huge number. It's just a joke. And the Church of Satan was founded in 66, 56 years ago. And Benzema just won the 66 Ballon d'Or. Benzema in gematria equals 66. Remember, England won the World Cup in 66. They have a phenomenal riddle to win it again. All right? A phenomenal riddle to win it again. And I just said earlier in the live how Chelsea got to 19 points and kept Villa on 9. Chelsea got to 19 points after 9 games. And Benzema, he wears number 19 for France and number 9 for Real Madrid. And Queen Elizabeth's funeral was on 19-9. It's off the charts. And I have raved on about 9 for months. 9, 9, 9. It's why Super Bowl 56, the two starting quarterbacks, Stafford and Burrow, number 9. The NFL season began on 99 days before the Pope's birthday. Prince Philip died at age 99 on the 99th day of the year, the last major play. Super Bowl 56, Aaron Charles Donald, number 99 for the LA Rams. 99 is 9 times 11. Remember when Liverpool won their only Premier League title? 99 points. The last celebrity death of 2021, Betty White, died at 99. So Benzema, who wears number 9 for Real Madrid, he won this award a span of exactly 9 weeks before the World Cup final. And I ain't saying that means France get there. I think it actually benefits England. But again, the fact that he won, number 9, won the Ballon d'Or a span of exactly 9 weeks before the World Cup final, which is a day after the Pope's birthday. Benzema's so synced with the Pope. 9 weeks, by the way, is 2 months and 2 days. That 22 I always rave on about in 2022. The World Cup's going to be the 22nd edition. And Benzema's crowned Ballon d'Or winner. Benzema's 66, 30, and 33 in gematria. And Corona like crown, 66, 30, and 33. So, again, people just say, yeah, of course he was going to get it. It's obvious. And yeah, it was obvious after Real Madrid won the Champions League he was getting it. I agree with that. It's crazy. And by the way, you know the 1966 World Cup final, it had 96,000 people in attendance. The Queen died at 96. She handed Bobby Moore, number 6, the World Cup trophy in 66. There's some sort of a matrix that we are living in. So Gerrard getting sacked is no shock at the age of 42. And I told you Gerrard would get sacked. I told you Tuchel would get sacked. I've told you Klopp will be coaching his last season. I told you Ten Hag would go to United a year before. I told you Ronaldo would. I told you Messi would go to PSG all way before. And it's all played out. So Gerrard getting sacked is, for me, mainly the 42, that he's 42 years old. But it's Stephen George Gerrard. George was King George, Elizabeth's father. And you've got Prince William's son is called George. And who does Prince William support? Aston Villa. And who sacked Gerrard? Aston Villa. Well, at least that's what I was told. He was sacked. So it's a joke. It really is. If he hasn't been sacked yet, it's just somebody text me he got sacked. If he hasn't been sacked, he will be. Like I said, he would be. a few weeks ago. And again, he has to be 42, doesn't he? He has to be 42. Gerrard, by the way, who scored for England against Germany in that 5-1 win in Munich 10 days before 9/11 back in 2001, the year Jurgen Klopp retired as a player, who's no doubt a huge Satanist. Zidane won it on 12/22/1998, which means Benzema won it exactly 8,700 days after Zidane. That's incredible. Number of the beast equals 87. Number of the beast equals 87. That is incredible. 33 people in this live. England equals 33. Qatar 33. Correct. Mexico equals 33 as well. 1989. The Hillsborough disaster was 33 years ago. Absolutely insane. How are you, Adam, baby? Relentless all day again. Busy, but seeing family, friends. It's my last full day in England. It's been a wonderful trip. I'll be sad to go, but I've got to get back. I've got to get back to Mexico. I hope one day I can come back again. I don't know. The way I say 2023 is going to go, I don't know if I'll ever be back, but we'll see. I go day by day. It's the way I've always lived my life. How's my mum doing? Wonderful. She's just gone out for dinner. She'll be sad to see me go, but again, that's life. You just move on, you adapt. But my mum's great. She's an amazing woman. Good evening, Adam. Kareem Benzema, who's 34 years old, has just won the 66 Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I just covered it all, mate. Well, not all of it. I've gone through the code. I hope you looked at the image that I posted as well, guys, because Benzema's doing the Baphomet. Benzema's doing the Baphomet, which he would often do when he scored. And they're saying Emery's linked with Villa if Gerrard goes or when he goes. And they're 9th in La Liga. It's a joke. Villa are 16th in the league. Gerrard was born on 5/30. 53 is the 16th prime. I've told you how big 53 and 16 are, especially with Euro 2020. The opening goal of Euro 2020 was scored after 53 minutes in Rome, where the Vatican is. It was Italy against Turkey. Italy won their first Euros in 53 years because they won it in 68, and then they won it again in 2021. The 3 players who missed for England in the penalty shootout, number 11, 17, and 25, add up those numbers, 53. 53 is the 16th prime. It was the 16th edition of the Euros. So it's no shock when Gerrard goes, a guy who was born on 5/30 is going to go whilst Villa are in 16th, and 53 is the 16th prime. It's all coded. It's all coded. What about Benzema getting 44 goals? 4 times 4, 16. 44 is the cool number. It's why they told us Martin Luther King was assassinated April the 4th. Much love to my mate Andy, who was born on 4/4. But said he got 44 goals in 46 games. And I always remember he got 3 goals in 17 second half minutes against PSG, Paris, the home of the Jesuits. Paris is where he was given this award. Paris is where he won the Champions League against Liverpool, which is hilarious. And he got 3 goals in 17 minutes against PSG. 3:17. 66 prime. And he just won the 66th edition of the Ballon d'Or, and he received the award in Paris. And he got 3 goals in 17 minutes against Paris. And if you remember that campaign for Real Madrid last year, they kept saying it was magical. It was magic. The comeback kings mocking us again with the king symbolism. But like, how they didn't get beat by Man City, go back and watch the highlights of those 2 legs. Showed you it's magic. Chelsea should have knocked them out, but they found a way. The final against Liverpool was just a nonsense game from what I saw in the highlights. I didn't watch it. but it didn't seem to be much action going on. I've reminded you Liverpool got to 3 finals last year and didn't score 1 goal. Hmm. And then you've got people like Sebastian Haller, who's supposedly recently undergone chemotherapy for a testicular tumor, and he appeared in the top 20 of the Ballon d'Or. The guy who couldn't get into West Ham a few years ago. All right, they go through rituals, guys, and they get rewarded for it. They get rewarded for it, and like what they did with Roman Reigns, they said he had leukemia. And then before you know it, he's world heavyweight champion and the best he's ever been, and now he's the GOAT, the greatest to ever do it. He came back better than ever because he went through the ritual. He convinced the world that he had leukemia. And it's controversial what I say, but I ain't afraid to say it because I speak with my spirit. So I call this stuff out. The reason why people get played so easily in this realm, this system, this matrix, this world, whatever you want to call it, is because they play on your heartstrings. And now there's people like me speaking their mind, calling stuff out, predicting so much correct day in, day out, that in a few years, people like me and all of us will not have the opportunity to do that. So what they're doing now, I was speaking to my sister who I love to bits, and she's really open-minded. It's like, tell me about Kanye West. What's going on with this guy? I know he's a rapper, but who is he? Why is he everywhere? Good question. Why is he everywhere? And she was like, well, they're taking him down. All these platforms, they're taking him down. I said, Dawn, Dawn, they're taking his platforms down, yet they're giving him a bigger audience by interviewing him on Fox, putting him on the front of every newspaper. All they're doing with him is saying anyone who speaks out, anybody who speaks out will lose the platform. Kanye West has a bigger platform than he's ever had right now. But they're removing his platform because he's speaking so much truth. What, by saying white lives matter? Which is just creating more divide. Again, it's just focusing on one race. It's nonsense. And now they're saying white lives matter. You can get arrested for saying it. Like it's racist. But Black Lives Matter isn't. So it's all just, again, you're picking a side. That's why a lot of celebrities go up against each other. Just like boxing or wrestling, they go up against each other, but they're on the same team. And you're picking, just like politics. And if Liz Truss goes, guys, and then because she's the 78th Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Alto said this, if she goes, she gets replaced this year by somebody, it'll be the 79th Prime Minister of the UK, and 79 is the 22nd Prime. Told you it's the 22nd edition of the World Cup. If that Liz Truss goes before the World Cup, then I'm almost certain England win it. If they get the 79th Prime Minister, the 22nd Prime, 2022. Right, now I'm going to rave on about the NBA season because I think this is very, very important that people are aware of this. I caught this earlier today. It's pretty scandalous, to be honest. So today's 10/18. All right. It's exactly 3 years after Event 201. Don't know what Event 201 is. It's a pandemic simulation exercise, foreshadowed what went on over the last few years. So it's 10/18. It's October the 18th. Luke 10/18. He replied, I saw Satan fall like heaven. I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. I keep telling you how the beast reigns for 42 months, which I've been saying now for, I would say, 2 years. The Warriors just won the NBA. They beat Boston Celtics. They beat them in the finals 4-2. The Beast reigns for 42 months. Since Kobe Bryant died in the 42nd year of his life, all the NBA finals have finished 4-2. Remember, England won the World Cup in 66, the year the Church of Satan was founded, and they won it 4-2. They were wearing red. They beat Germany. I've told you this. The royal family are Germans. Look into them. So the Warriors, they won this 4-2, the NBA finals. So they won the NBA on 616. Yep. The alternate number of the beast, June the 16th, 2022, is when the Warriors beat the Celtics 4-2. The beast reigns for 42 months. 616 is the alternate number of the beast. And then we have the NBA season beginning 10-18, Luke 10-18. I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. And the Warriors won the NBA Finals 4-2. And today was the first day of the NBA, and it's 4 months and 2 days after the Warriors won the NBA Finals 4-2. If you're going to try and tell me, guys, that we're not living through the end times here, and this is not biblical in Revelation, then why do they keep doing all the numbers connected to Revelation? Why is everything playing out with famine and war and pandemics and corruption and food shortages, everything that it talks about in Revelation? Why is the NBA season beginning on a day leaving 74 days left in the year, and Lucifer equals 74? And when you look at Revelation 5-6, you'll see that it's got connections with 7 and 4. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne, obviously Warriors were just crowned NBA champions, and of the 4 beasts, they beat Boston Celtics 4-2. And in the midst of the elders stood a lamb as it had been slain, that's Jesus, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. Your 7s, your 4s, it's why Prince Charles is going to die at age 74 next year. Then absolute anarchy and chaos is going to occur in the world. England is going to absolutely get ruined next year like you've never imagined, and I ain't happy to say that. My whole family live here. You think it's bad now? You ain't seen nothing yet, so stay strong with that. You're going to have to be very strong next year, everyone in England. Hello, Mia. Calling me the walking, talking G-O-D, baby. Woo! See you next week. I take it you didn't meet with Divine Feminine. No, meeting her tomorrow in London. And why is it strange? It's not strange. She's in southern England. I'm in northern England. It's not easy for people to just cruise over here if they have work or whatever, or finances. I'll see her tomorrow. I'll get a photo with her. I'll share it. I don't think it's strange if I don't see her. I can't see every single person. Who's going to win the World Cup? One of 3 teams, in my opinion. I love England's riddle. I said that the Queen would die at age 96 right before the World Cup 2 years ago. She did. And then I've added more. Watch my Mason Greenwood video. Watch my Harry Kane video. How it all syncs up. England, Argentina, or Brazil, they've still got a lot of time to look into it. But the fact that Mason Greenwood's trial begins on England's opening game in the World Cup is not a coincidence. Why is all this stuff going on with rape as well, with Greenwood, with Mendy? It's all coming out at the same time. It's all ritual. Mendy's supposedly French. Like, they do all these weird rituals, man. I don't know how they do it, if it's some sort of game. But everything seems to be connected, to be honest with you. And Gerrard, by the way, who will get fired at 42, if he hasn't already, his points per game ratio average is 1.21. Revelation. Injury matches 1-2-1. It's 11 times 11. Gerrard's done, guys. All right. He's won 13 of his 39 games. 13 times 3 is 39, 133. Because when Francis became the Pope, the 13th of March, it's just all synced up. It really is. We just had number 39, McTominay, recently get a winning goal. Last few minutes against a horse shit team from Cyprus. They beat them 1-0 for another 10 for Ten Hag. So, yeah, I'm telling you, I've told you how John Terry is so connected to Steven Gerrard. And John Terry's middle name is George. And Steven Gerrard, his middle name is also George. And I've told you how that connects with King George and Prince William's son George. But John Terry, who did he play for? Chelsea and Villa. Wouldn't it be interesting if Gerrard gets sacked after losing to Chelsea and is the Villa head coach? They obviously both played for England together. They all have the lion in the logo, England, Chelsea, Villa. The lion's connected to Babylon. So is the eagle. It runs deep. It runs very deep. Did you know that Salah played 16 games for Fiorentina and scored 6 goals? No, but brilliant. That is Jurgen Klopp's birthday. Fiorentina, Florence. It's a joke. The Crystal Palace game, I haven't looked into deep. I just saw the standings. Let me look. Yeah, I really, I almost don't care who wins it. To be honest with you, no, I won't be looking at this game. I've coded an NBA game on my website, and when it comes to coding the NBA, it's always better. Like I do so well with the NBA, but the opening game's difficult. It's way better to just watch it play out, see the narratives playing out, let them get a record. Calling the opening games is tough. There'll be a lot of shocks. There's often a lot of shocks in the opening day of the NBA. And you get a lot of new coaches, so they don't have any records or anything like that. Salah is born 15/6. Yeah, his birthday is one day before Klopp's, and remember Salah was really good. He still is technically with Firmino, who's number 9. Salah's 11, and 911's the 156 prime number. Salah's born on 15/6. Who always does this, which I'll have to do another video to show you what all those symbols mean. The 121 is revelation, mate, and it's saying Steven Gerrard is averaging during his time with Aston Villa. He's got that 1.21 average per game. But you know what's an absolute joke is these coaches, like Gerrard could get sacked by Villa and next year could be Liverpool's coach. It's the type of stuff that makes no sense, but it's the ritual. They can come at you and they'll have Gerrard coach Liverpool, even though he got fired by Villa. That's the type of stuff they do. And again, I was speaking to my sister. I was like, the reason that this world is such a mess is people don't question anything. And if everyone did begin to question it and not play along with the game, we'd create a new world. She was like, well, who's the hero? Who's gonna? I said, we are. It's us. The sooner we realize that, the better. She was like, okay, that makes sense to me. Watching too many Hollywood movies, waiting for your superhero to save you. It's us. Stop playing along with this. I think you only stop playing along when you realize Satan's behind it and you're a true believer. Otherwise, you'll just keep playing along. It's just tough. It's our turn now to struggle just like they did 100 years ago. At least a war's not going on around us. Could always be worse, couldn't it? That's the typical mindset. Why do you always have to have the mindset of it could be worse rather than it could be a million times better? So although it could be worse, do you know how much better it could be if we stop playing along? God bless the people who are not playing along with this system. It will get harder, but God, bring it on, eh? Bring it on. City will win the Premier League. I have no doubt in my mind City win the Premier League. I don't care if they're 4 points behind now, whatever it may be. City will win that league. And Haaland will be the Golden Boot winner. Um, what about when Salah was at Chelsea? He didn't do anything there, did he? Well, he didn't really get a chance. Some ritual with that. Salah did nothing at Chelsea. KDB did nothing at Chelsea. All right, if the numbers don't fit, the numbers don't fit. Obviously, Hazard's numbers fit for Chelsea. Got all these players that go there and do nothing. Lukaku didn't really do anything for Chelsea. Was it Hernan Crespo did nothing for Chelsea? Some sort of curse. That Kesman, who was supposedly incredible, did nothing for them when he went there. It's all to do with the numbers, as I have 42 in the live for another 42. Whoever's saying Man United are going to win the Premier League, you need to get that out of your head right now, mate. You really believe that because of them winning it 10 years after they last won it and they have Ten Hag. You think it's that simple? Man United right now, what are they? 11 points off the top. 11 points off the top, and they've only played 9 games. Yeah, they have a game in hand. They could cut it to 8. And they probably will to go 6-1-3, the 112th prime, and the Jesuits operate in 112 nations. But then again, there's that possibility where if they draw the 5-2-3, this is why it's tough. The 99th prime, and that's the age Philip died, the 99th day of the year. 9 times 11 is 99, and Ronaldo made his second debut for the Red Devils on 9/11, the second coming of Christ. I think that Spurs United game's a draw, from what I've seen so far. I'll look deep into that game, to be honest. But I think it's a draw. It's just when I see big primes, I'll say this. I'll say this right now with extreme confidence. Spurs don't beat Man United in that game. United are either going 6-1-3 or 5-2-3. They ain't losing that game. I don't know where it's at, if it's at Old Trafford or Spurs, but for me, they ain't losing that game, United. They're not losing that game. But they ain't winning the Premier League, mate. Johnny G, I agree about Saka. Guy, I don't know how many times, man. I told you he'd win England's Player of the Year right after he missed that penalty. I told you he'd have an amazing season with Arsenal, and he is. Do you think I got that right? Because I think he's such a talented player. I don't even watch the games. When I did watch him, he was dreadful. Dreadful little player, Saka. And again, why are they putting him on penalties? You not see his penalty in the Euro 2020 final? Yeah, he can score them now if it's all magic, but you won't do that. And they'll probably say, Arteta, what a coach. What a coach. What mental strength from Saka to recover. What, the 19-year-old who missed the penalty? The guy born in 2001, the year of 9/11. The guy who was wearing number 25 in England scored 2 out of 5 penalties. 2-5's Ronaldo's birthday and Neymar's. Benzema was trash from 2009, 2014. He ain't great. Benzema's not great. And all you're going to do is point at his goal scoring record and his match winning goals in big games. He ain't great, is he? To try and convince me that Benzema is the best footballer in the world right now is actually hilarious. Hilarious. These guys, they work for Lucifer. And the jokes If anything, I feel sorry for them. They're just frauds, alright? They're absolute frauds. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, what was Saka 8th? Was Saka really 8th? For what? Am I right in saying Saka's the 8th best player in the world right now? He barely played for England. When he did, he didn't do anything. Of course, Lewandowski won the Gerd Muller trophy. I've told you, all of Lewandowski's numbers were connected to Gerd Muller's death. He's another fraud. And then they had to give Mane an award, humanitarian prize. Again, when they give awards to those people, Mane, who by the way went to Bayern Munich, 42 million, another beast ritual. What charity work? So you got a photo of him with a few Africans, staged. It's like Rashford and the school dinners ritual. Just to get the average Joe, like, oh, he's a nice guy, Marcus. So when he wins all these awards, you're like, yeah, he deserves them. What? He's shite. What? Because he's supposedly paying for school lunches, which he's not. So of course, Messi and Ronaldo, they've dominated this award. All right, pretty much win it every year, other than when number 10 for Croatia, Modric, won it, which is a joke in itself. Messi's won it, what, 7 times? They had to keep him on 7. I think Ronaldo 5. I don't even think Messi was nominated for this. It's pretty laughable. Like Benzema, so if I think about his rankings, so 2008, 2009, unranked. Same with 2011. 2012, he was 21st. 2014, 16th, and 20th in 2015. 25th, 17th, 26th, 4th, and then wins it. So what did you have? You had Benzema, Mane, then it was KDB, who it's like nobody's allowed to defend him. He's always in open space. Oh, because he knows how to find space, just like Scholes. He knows he's got really good spatial awareness as KDB. Well, shouldn't they all have it if they're best players in the world? Lewandowski 4th, Salah 5th, Mbappe, Kylie, dating a I can't even say it on YouTube. But again, who called that 6 months ago that a top star, probably in the Champions League, would date a T gender? I said it. What happened? Is that George? Yeah. Easy, George. Give me about 15 minutes. Yeah, no worries. Cheers for coming up. I might even treat you to some Chinese chips and curry sauce on me. And then you got Courtois, who, when he first went to Real Madrid, was ridiculed, 7th. Vinicius, who fell out with Benzema when Benzema said, basically, you're playing for the other team, and now they're best mates. This guy's not great. This Vinicius is not great. He got the winning goal in the Champions League final, which they replicated in training the day before. Go watch the video. Modric, number 9. Number 10, Haaland, the beast. Satan gets you 10. Son, 11th. I think that's the highest rank ever for an Asian footballer, who always does the one-eyed symbolism. Mahrez, 12th. Like, what's that all about? Well, how was he 12th? Mahrez. Then Haller, guys. Sebastian Haller, who was playing for West Ham's reserves. 13th best footballer in the world now. And now he has testicular cancer, or whatever he has. Fabinho, number 14. And he's tied with Liu. Plays at AC Milan. Van Dijk. Number 4 came 16th, 4 times 4. Luis Diaz, 17th, with Casemiro and Vlahovic. Ronaldo, 20th. This is just Kane, 21st. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 22nd, with Phil Foden. 2 English players, 22nd. There's another 22 for England. And Bernardo Silva, who plays in England. And João Cancelo, who's now number 7. He was a right back and now he's number 7. Kimmich, who looks like the most blatant Nazi you'll ever see in your life. Rudiger. Darwin Núñez. Oh, this is a joke. This is just a disgrace. And again, look, showing you the top 25. 25's the 36th day of the year. 25's the 36th day of the year. 666 is the 36th triangular number. Just cringeworthy, isn't it? Spurs are going to be the 8th different winner. United can go to 18 points against them for Conte's 8th loss. Yeah, I can't see United losing that game. Lewandowski, good play on words there. Humanitarian prize, brilliant play on words there as well. Mane, that's not a man. Illusion about to attend a Glastonbury concert, if only. I would still go to something like that. I don't like all the. I won't go to a football game again, but I'm still a big fan of music and the energy, like a Glastonbury or a Leeds festival. I don't know if it's the same anymore. I don't know how I would be. And I was gonna stay and watch Bon Iver, who are actually playing tomorrow, the day I leave. Can't believe this is my last full day in England, and it's 10:18 for Luke 10:18. My last full day. And then tomorrow I leave on 10:19. Basically a 119. And Bon Iver, there's a photo of him and he had something covering his eye. I was like, oh no, him as well. Music's beautiful. It does soothe my soul, but he had like a flower or something covering his eye. I was like, all right. Again, maybe he don't know what's going on. He probably does, but I really would love to know exactly what that one-eyed symbolism actually represents. If it is duality, I don't know. If it's God and Satan like that, I don't know. Keeping us blind from what's really going on. Illusion gonna smuggle HB sauce to Mexico. I ain't smuggling it. I've got two bottles. I actually bought my friend one. I called him today. The English friend I have in Mexico. I said, "Can I buy you anything?" He went. I just woke him up. It was like 6 a.m. He went, "What?" So, "Do you want me to get you anything?" I said, "What about some HP sauce?" He went, "Yeah, get me that." I went, "All right, mate." So, yeah, I've got some HP sauce. Bought it today. Got some HP sauce, some Cadbury's hot chocolate. I bought myself some Galaxy, I think. I got my ex-wife some chocolate that she loves. Fruit and nut, baby. Adam, you little saucy monkey. Who do you have for Forest Brighton tomorrow? I ain't looked, mate, into that. I kind of go day at a time. Oh, by the way, if you're on my website watching this, be patient with me tomorrow. I'm traveling all day. I'll try and I'll put some content out early in the morning, but then I won't really have access to the internet until I'm in the airport, where I'll have a few hours to respond, and then I'll be on a plane for 10 hours. Then I'll get to Mexico City. I'll have a few hours where I can respond. And then I'll be back in Mexico on Thursday morning. I've got all sorts to do. Woo! So much to do, so many payments going out. It's just going to be relentless. Got to unpack. I'm going to be knackered, but I'll deal with it. 33 days to the World Cup, and Jota is confirmed injured for Portugal. Yeah, the curse of Jurgen Klopp. All these squad members getting injured. Again, you got to ask yourself, is Jota really injured? Is he taking one for the team? Is it just a ritual with him? Another 33? We'll never know. We're never going to know. But yeah, Jota's out. But it don't matter because then Nunes can come in, or well, he don't really start anyway, does he? Jota, not that often. Pretty much a super sub. Um, yeah, your boy Steven Gerrard, born the year the Georgia Guidestones were erected, and it's Stephen George Gerrard. And they came down this year, 42 years after. Obviously, Gerrard's 42. Guys, there's just so much. He won number 4 for England as well. Um, there's so much that indicates to me that this is the last ever World Cup, to be honest with you. So either later today or tomorrow, they'll officially tell you Gerrard's gone. Um, and I don't know who's going to replace him at this point. To be honest with you, I'd have to look into it. I don't really have time. But he's going in Gerrard at age 42. And I give you every number when it's official. When it's official. They planted the seed, and it's what they do. They plant a seed, and then they'll come out and tell you. It's how they operate. Um, Gerrard, like, again, just the chances of Gerrard and Lampard coaching at the same time, same league. It's always about Lampard and Gerrard. And like, Lampard's done nothing as a coach, yet he'll keep getting jobs. Gerrard did well in Rangers, but it's not because he can coach. It's all connected to the Queen why he did well. And a lot of people just tell you, Villa, they've got a decent squad. They should be doing better. And then they'll get someone in. Who knows if the shell comes back? And then they will probably start doing well. Their nickname's the Villains, guys. You got the Villains in the Premier League. You got the Saints. It's deep. That's Southampton, by the way. So yeah, all these 66s that I've raved on about, and now Benzema the 66 winner. That's the 66 edition of the Ballon d'Or. And the first guy to win it was an Englishman. Stanley Matthews. Wow. Crowned Ballon d'Or winner. Guys, it's just a joke. I keep doing what I'm doing. I keep calling these people out. More people waking up. I just spent about 35 minutes responding to comments on YouTube. So many of them, but some really good comments. I appreciate them. People are saying Pochettino to replace Gerrard. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. I'll nail it if I look. If I decide to look. I fancy fish chips and curry sauce. Ooh, what a great shout, mate. What a great shout. All right. Okay, I better go because my brother's here. Do I think Tuchel will replace Klopp? We've got the German tie, haven't they? We've got the Dortmund tie. Possibly, but I'll tell you, Klopp's gone at the end of the season. Told you that at the beginning, before they'd kicked the ball, when they were the second favourites for the league. So they'll be gone at the end. And he will be. Can you get mushy peas in Mexico? Nah, I've never come across them, mate. Not a huge, massive fan of them. They're good, but don't. I'm not like, oh, craving mushy peas. I think I've had them twice since I've been back with peas, pie, chips, and all of that. I'm looking forward to just getting home and sorting my diet out and getting really fit and healthy again. Although I have been training, just not like I usually do. I miss swimming. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Just before I go, um, just let me know who you think's gonna win tomorrow? In these games, I'm not even sure who's playing. You got Brighton, Forest later. You got Palace, Wolves later. Arsenal, Man City are not playing. Nightmare if you have a lot of them in your fantasy team. Bournemouth, Southampton. That's a derby. Liverpool, West Ham. Brentford, Chelsea. Newcastle, Everton. Man United, Tottenham. There's a lot of games. A lot of games going on tomorrow. I'll have to have a little goose over some of them. And then Fulham, Villa, Leicester, Leeds. I won't be able to do them, so I'll be on a plane. It's match day 10 of 12, actually, I think. 12 or 38. So, let me just see Liverpool, what's going on with them. They're playing 3-4-2, West Ham. I ain't seeing much there. Straight away. Well, I'm tired. I'm not even packed yet. I think that vanilla slice kicked my ass, to be honest. That cheese and onion pasty. Taking me out the game, baby. Brentford, Chelsea. Let's have a little goose at that. 6. Ooh. Ooh, keep an eye on an upset there in that Brentford Chelsea game. Keep an eye on that. The bees. The bee's knees, baby. Interesting. Alright, I'll have to have a proper look over it. So I'm gonna get off. Who's Southampton got? Bournemouth. If Southampton dropped to 227, that's the 49th prime. 22 divided by 7 is 3.14. You know what? Bournemouth might do Southampton. Look at Bournemouth in 10th, despite losing 9-0 to Liverpool, who are 8th. I can't believe that Bournemouth won the same points as Liverpool and they got beat 9-0 by them like a month ago. It's an absolute disgrace of a league. Absolutely farcical. All of them are. All right. Anyway, I'm off. I won't be doing a live now. Definitely not tomorrow. Definitely not on Thursday. Well, I can't say definitely not Thursday. I might do want to let you know I'm safely back in Mexico. Let you know what's going down. But tomorrow, you're not going to hear from me. Please share all my work. All right, that Simpsons video has gone down very, very well. My bad. I think I said that Ian McKellen was in Harry Potter. He never was. He turned down the role of Dumbledore. He was in Lord of the Rings. Thank you. Somebody let me know about that. Everything else in that video is pretty spotless. All right, I'm gonna get off, hang out with my my brothers, and I think I might treat them. I'll check the finances. All right, guys, much love. Take care, and I'll speak to you all soon, baby. Woo.